y bienvenidos a San Antonio. Welcome to San Antonio. I understand that we have folks from all over Texas. Where's Dallas? Where's Dallas in the house?
Yeah.
How about Houston? Oh, I don't know. Houston's a little more excited than Dallas today. What about Austin? I hear crickets. How about the Valley? Is anybody here from the Valley? San Antonio. All right, so for those of y'all who are not from San Antonio, welcome to San Antonio. We're so pleased to have you here for this exciting conference that's coming at a critical moment for the work that you do. As Dr. Small mentioned, here in San Antonio, we have a long-term vision for what we want to achieve as a community that was forged by thousands of San Antonians during SA 2020. And that vision is best summed up by this. We want to create in San Antonio a brain power community that is the liveliest city in the United States. In this world where the United States is competing in a global economy, where brain power is the new currency of success, here in San Antonio, we understand the value of creating a well-educated young population and helping to ensure that we match that brain power with opportunity. That's why I'm excited to be here today, this morning, for two reasons. First, to encourage you to keep on going. Head Start, over the decades, has been an immensely valuable and successful initiative for thousands and thousands of families throughout the state of Texas, helping to ensure that more of our young people are well prepared to learn when they enter kindergarten. The research is very compelling on this. There's no question about it, that it's better to start early and never get behind than to try and catch up later. And the fact is that Head Start works for our families. So I want to encourage you to keep at it. How many of y'all are teachers, instructors here? All right. Well, let me tell you, I have an immense respect for you. I tried my hand at teaching once in between college and law school. I have a twin brother, Joaquin, and we graduated from college and came back home, deferred law school for a year, and I wound up at the age of 22 as a permanent substitute teacher at my old high school, Jefferson High School. And now I looked at that time like I belonged in the classroom with the kids, and I was placed as a permanent sub because one of the other teachers had had a nervous breakdown. So I became the permanent sub for 3 classes for a semester. One of the classes had about 38 people, one had 37, and the other one had 39. Just a huge number of students in each class. And by about the 3rd or 4th day of class, I turned around to write something on the blackboard, and somebody threw a paper ball that hit me in the head. And I didn't know whether to turn around and try and figure out who it was or to act like it didn't happen and keep going. I think that's what I tried to do. I found out during that semester of teaching, just a little bit of a foot in the door, that teaching really is a craft, that it takes a lot of patience, takes a lot of endurance, it takes a lot of know-how in terms of managing a classroom and effectively conveying knowledge to young people. And so I wanted to come here and encourage you and say, keep at it. The difference that you're making in the lives of young people across the state of Texas is immense. And even though oftentimes the value of that won't be fully appreciated until the years to come, there's no question that there is terrific value there. I also wanted to come and to say thank you. Thank you for championing the needs of our young people across the state, particularly during these times. Too often, I believe that with budgets being the way they are, that the youngest among us get short shrift. They can't vote. They don't have the same voice. They don't have the same seat at the table. It's you imparting knowledge to them, and being their advocates that will help ensure that their needs are met. And here in San Antonio, we're being very bold and straightforward about that. This November on the ballot, we'll have the opportunity for voters of the city to decide on something that we call the Brain Power Initiative. Basically, an 8-year initiative to invest in high-quality pre-K education for more than 20,000 4-year-olds across our city, to ensure that folks who are not getting high-quality pre-K right now are indeed able to get it. And you see that out there in your own communities. You see the waiting list that you have in these big urban centers. You see how many families don't meet that cutoff, who are working hard trying to get an opportunity for their children. You see in this Texas of 2012 the opportunities missed. Here in San Antonio, we're determined to seize those opportunities, and I believe that in November the voters will do just that. So congratulations on the great work that you've done on what Head Start has meant to Texas and the United States for so many years. Keep going. We appreciate you. Thank you. And in your honor, we at the City Council prepared a proclamation that I want to read. I'll try not to bore you with all the whereases. I promise this one's not as long as the state or federal ones. It says, whereas the Texas Head Start Association will hold their annual training conference July 28th through August 1st, 2012 at the Grand Hyatt Hotel in San Antonio, Texas. And this year's theme is Head Start, Taking Quality to the Next Level for Texas Children, Families, and the Community. And whereas the THSA is a private, nonprofit membership organization dedicated to meeting the needs of Head Start children and their families across the state of Texas. And whereas, created in 1965, Head Start is the most successful national school readiness program that provides comprehensive education, health, nutrition, and parent involvement services to low-income children and their families. And whereas, the conference will provide development opportunity for early childhood professionals and information on the best practices in the field, as well as research implications for improved practice. Now, therefore, I, Julian Castro, Mayor of the City of San Antonio, in recognition thereof, do hereby proclaim July 28th through August 1st, 2012 as Texas Head Start Association Days in San Antonio, Texas. Bienvenidos a San Antonio.